The social scourge of problem gambling has recently been the subject of intense political debate. But it's rare to see up close and personal the heartbreak it can cause. Tonight, a single mother who was a financial administrator in Adelaide is getting ready to go to jail. She stole more than $800,000 from her employers to feed her poker machine addiction. Leanne Scott will be sentenced tomorrow. She's spent the past 2 days packing up her life, and she shared her story with our reporter, Guy Stainer.
I'm a pathological gambler on poker machines, and unfortunately I've stolen some money from previous employers to fund that addiction.
How much did you steal?
It was just over $800,000.
Leanne Scott is packing up her belongings, preparing for the big move. Today she was saying goodbye to her pets. She's sending 2 cats to the RSPCA. While the scenes are familiar for anyone who has shifted home, this otherwise typical single mum isn't going interstate or overseas. She's getting ready to go to jail. How did all this begin?
The gambling started socially, probably back in the late 90s, where I would go out on a social basis with $5 or $10. And I still remember my first win of $250, and it sort of spiralled from there. It was like, wow, I can win money on these things. Biggest win would have been about $10,000. Yeah. And I think the wins probably make me want to go back and win more. You get very greedy and you just want to win more. But it all goes back into the machines.
How much were you gambling?
It varied from $1,000. Near the end, I wouldn't go into a hotel without $1,000 in my purse. And quite often I would be taking out more from the ATM.
So how much money do you estimate you were spending on the poker machines each week? Each week,
anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000. I wanted to win more money, so I needed to spend more money, and unfortunately I turned to stealing.
Leanne Scott stole from 2 employers, first from mining company Newmont and more recently from Adelaide Wines. How were you able to steal so much money?
I had access to certain files that I manipulated to redirect funds into my personal account. And I guess I was just lucky or unlucky that the auditors never picked that up.
Did you ever stop and think, I'm ruining my life, I can't go on like this?
It was. I had a very I don't care attitude at the time. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but the urge to play the machines was so great. I just needed the money to play the machines.
Leanne Scott's losses were almost entirely at 3 hotels in Adelaide South. She was spending 4 nights a week playing the pokies. How much money do you estimate you lost inside those doors?
I dread to think. Probably $300,000 or $400,000.
And how much were you earning at the time?
I was earning clear $750 a week. You know, if I walked in now, they would still remember me. They knew me by name.
Leanne was actually losing more than $1,000 an hour, and yet the venues didn't even intervene, didn't even tap her on the shoulder to say, have you got a problem?
So the staff had a pretty good idea that you were turning over about $4,000 or $5,000 a week?
Absolutely, yep.
And yet no one ever stopped you?
No one ever said anything, no.
There won't be any difficulty in me being able to visit, and I want to do that just to see how you're getting on.
Anti-pokey campaigner Senator Nick Xenophon wants to help Leanne Scott in prison.
I support Leanne because she's taken responsibility for her actions. She's not asking for sympathy, but she wants to warn other people about the consequences of gambling addiction, what it can lead to. And if one person comes forward to get help tomorrow or the next day as a result of Leanne speaking out, then it's been worth it.
How does Leanne's story support your push for $1 maximum bets?
Well, it's clear from Leanne's own experience that if she could lose much less, she wouldn't have developed the pathological gambling problem that she did.
Would you be in this position if there were maximum bets on poker machines?
I don't believe I would be. If they lowered the maximum, yeah. I don't think I'd be in this position.
A recent study found poker machines were the most regular mode of gambling for addicts who commit fraud. And like Leanne Scott, 88% of gambling addicts who steal money from their employer have no criminal history. What are you expecting will happen tomorrow with your sentence?
I'm expecting to go to prison. Sorry.
Do you deserve to go to jail?
I do.
Why?
Because I've broken the law. I just can maybe only hope for a little bit of leniency.
Leanne Scott will be sentenced in Adelaide's Magistrates Court tomorrow morning. Based on recent cases, she can expect to spend the next 2 years in the Adelaide Women's Prison. How does somebody prepare themselves for going to jail?
I don't know. I had to say goodbye to my 11-year-old daughter a couple of days ago. It's extremely hard. It's really, really hard.
What did you tell her?
I just told her the truth. I don't think she quite grasps how much money is involved. She knows the amount, but I don't think she grasps what that could buy. That could be 2 houses, you know. But yeah, she knows Mummy's probably going to jail.
How sad. Guy Stainer reporting.